Windows 2000 using VirtualBox. So first you have to double click this application, which is the VirtualBox. So this one. So in order to create install Windows operating system, you have to click the new icon and create or type the name of the operating system you plan to install. So since it is required for me to input my surname and then the operating system that I'm going to install, which is the Windows 2000. Windows 2000. So after that, click next. So the recommended memory size of Windows 2000 was 168 MB, but it's up to you if you're going to extend it. So I will just click next, and then the recommended size of the hard disk is 4 gig. So create a virtual hard disk now. Next, and then dynamically allocated, and the file location and size is 4 gig. So yeah, click next. So Windows 2000 is now created here. So after that, click start. So select startup disk. So please select a virtual optical disk file or a physical optical drive containing a disk to start your new virtual machine from. So click this icon folder, then choose the ISO file of Windows 2000. So I'm going to install Windows 2000 with Pro Edition. Open, and then after selecting the ISO file that you want to install here in VirtualBox, you have to create select start. So Windows 2000 setup. As you can see, it looks like a So to set up Windows 2000 now, press enter, and then it says here F8. I agree. So click F8 and then enter. It says here enter. So click enter button. So format the partition using the NTFS file system. So click enter. So setup is formatting. So please wait while setup formats the partition. So set up copying files. So Windows 2000 is an operating system for use on both client and server computers. So it was produced by Microsoft and released to manufacturing on December 15, 1999. So it says here your computer will reboot in 12 seconds. 9, 8, 7. So click enter to restart now, to restart computer. So it says here press any key to boot DVD. Don't press any, just ignore it. So welcome Windows 2000 Professional, built on NT technology. So Windows 10 launched to retail on February 17, 2000. So it is the successor of to Windows NT 4.0. So here, welcome to Windows 2000 Setup Wizard. Just click Next for installing device. So it is succeeded by Windows XP and Windows Server 2003. So during the development, Windows 2000 was known as Windows NT 5.0. So Windows 2000 introduced NTFS 3.0 encrypting file system, as well as basic and dynamic disk storage. So it is support for people with disabilities was improved over Windows NT 4.0. So Windows 2000 can be installed through neither a manual or unattended installation. And Microsoft marketed Windows 2000 as the most secure Windows version ever at the time. However, it became the target of a number of high-profile virus attacks such as Code Red and NIMD. So for 10 years after its release, it continued to receive patches for security vulnerabilities nearly every month until reaching the end of its life cycle on July 13, 2013. So as you can see, it will restart, and restart. So there are 4 editions of Microsoft Windows 2000. We have the Windows 2000 Professional, which we are installing right now, and Windows 2000 Server, Windows 2000 Advanced Server, and Windows 2000 Data Center Server. So this Windows 2000 Professional was designed as the desktop operating system for businesses and power users. So it is the client version of Windows 2000. It offers greater security and stability than many of the previous Windows desktop operating systems. While in Windows 2000 Server, shares the same user interface with Windows 2000 Professional, but contains additional components for the computer to perform server rules and run infrastructure and application software. So a significant new component introduced in the server version is Active Directory, which is an enterprise-wide directory service based on LDAP. So regional settings, just have to click Next. It says here, type your full name and the name of your company. So you can just put your name. Oops, I don't like caps lock. Oops. Oh. And then next. So there's a product key. So there is a product key. Okay, I'm going to find my product key first. But of course, so it says here, type your product key. So you can search on the internet to select a product here. So here I'm going to put my product key. So J4WH4 4WH4 JXX2 JXX2 W and 3FYM 7 QJ. So product key is not a problem because QJBB. Wait, because there's a free product key on the internet. So QJBB XK WD. So I hope this will match. GXX TFY N7 QJBB 8 XKWD 8. So after selecting the product key, you just have to click the next button. So type an administrator password. So you can skip this. Next. So the date and time zone. So please wait, Windows stalls in. So back to the editions of Windows 2000, we have the Windows 2000 Advanced Server, and this is a variant of Windows 2000 operating system designed for medium to large businesses. So choose whether to use typical or custom settings. So just click next, and Windows 2000 Advanced Server, it offers clustering infrastructure to high availability and scalability of applications and services. So including support for up to 8 CPUs in a main memory amount of up to 8 gigabytes of physical address extension system, and the ability to do 8-way SMP. So, and the last edition of Windows 2000 is Windows 2000 Data Center Server. It is a variant of Windows 2000 Server designed for large businesses that move large quantities of confidential or sensitive data frequently via central server. So as you can see, install start menu items. So this will complete the information here. So Windows 2000 system requirements has in memory 32 megabytes is enough, but the recommended is 128 MB. Then in hard drive there is 1 gig, the recommended 5 gig. In graphics hardware, it's either 800 by 600 VGA or better monitor, and the recommended was 1024 by 768 VGA or better monitor. So in shell of Windows 10, I mean 2000, introduces layered windows that allow for transparency, translucency, and various transition effects like shadows, gradient, fills, and alpha blended graphic user interface elements to top level windows. So menus support the new fade transition effect. So improvements in Windows Explorer. The start menu in Windows 2000 introduces personalized menus and expandable special folders. We have the taskbar. It introduces support for value notification, which can also be used by application developers. So we are now in the save settings. So in local disk manager of Windows 2000, so it has 3 types of dynamic disk. We have the simple volumes, span volumes, and the strip volumes. So of course the developer of Windows, and this Windows 2000 was the Microsoft, and the source model is shared source, and Windows 2000 released to manufacturing on December 15, 1999. So, and the latest release versions of Windows 2000 was Service Pack 4 in September 13, 2005. So the platforms of Windows 2000 is IA32, and the kernel type is hybrid, same as in Windows 10, Windows 8 if I'm not mistaken. And so, okay, completing the Windows setup. So finish. So it says here press any key to boot from CD, just ignore that. So just wait. So preparing network connections. So as you can see, reboot. We're almost there. The traditional sounds of Windows. So ta-da! So Windows 2000 are now officially installed. So here in desktop environment, as you can see, there is my documents, my computer, my network places, recycle bin, the Internet Explorer. And it says here, click on the start button. You can access all your programs, documents, and settings from the start menu. So click. As you can see, this is the Windows Professional. This is the launch Internet Explorer browser and finds and display information and websites on the internet. So we have the launch Outlook Express. So let's check the properties of the Windows 2000. So the system was Microsoft Windows 2000 Service Pack 4, which is the latest version released on September 13, 2005. And as you can see, so network identification, this is the computer name, work group, and in hardware we have the user profiles and then the advanced. So let's check in documents what kind of attributes has. So this is the volume. So here in documents, as you can see, there's a search folder, history, the maximize, the minimize, the close. So that's it. That's the Windows 2000 operating system. So thank you.